Please be seated. At this time, this seems to be a night to improvise. Please be seated. Welcome, parents, relatives, teachers, administrators, school board members, and students to the graduation ceremony for the class of 1998. The class of 1998 has demonstrated a record of achievement and accomplishment. Members of this class have won state academic and athletic championships, along with recognition in the arts and sciences. They've been accepted into the finest institutions and have won thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships. I recognize that this level of success does not occur in isolation, but requires the support of parents, relatives, teachers, and friends. Students, please take this moment to recognize your parents, your relatives, your friends, and teachers who have supported you with a round of applause. I believe that the class of 1998 is prepared for the real world. It is with that faith in mind that this evening's program is very student-centered. The reading of student names and choral direction are all led by students. So again, welcome and enjoy, and please stand as our senior chorus members sing the national anthem and remain standing for the alma mater. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Thank you.
may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is not just a night of closure on this chapter of these students' lives, but a new beginning, a new chapter. Along with the graduates of 98, the same applies to our superintendent, Dr. Edward Bowes. Would you be so kind as to join me in a warm round of applause for his superintendency and in wishing him well for his future? Thank you very much. Over a year now, my inner needle has been stuck on a piece of ancient scripture that says, "To whom much is given, much is expected." I used that same piece of scripture about a month ago at a banquet to honor the 100 top teachers in the North Penn School District determined by the class of '98. The Board of School Directors and the Superintendent appreciate that opportunity and appreciate Dr. Bose for bringing a new tradition to North Penn. And you picked a fine, fine group of teachers. Many of them were teachers of mine. But to whom much is given, much is expected. And this stadium is filled with not just love and admiration and joy untold for you and your lives and your future, but also there's a lot of expectation for you. Much is expected from you. Many of you can go on and go all over the world. You will be successful, I'm sure. But I am hoping, as president of the North Penn School Board, that you, or at least some of you, would choose to do what I did, and that was to return home and to give what has been given to you back to this community. I'm hoping in the future to see your businesses set up all through this district. Your practices, your homes, your children in our schools, because we need the transfusion that your talents, your abilities could bring, and the community depends on that evolution. I am so proud of you and all of your accomplishments, and what a joy you have been to me to meet so many of you as you come before the board for awards and recognition that you truly deserve. Again, to whom much is given, much is expected. Keep that in mind as you pursue your goals and as you look on your future and look upon your parents, your friends, your neighbors, your school district, and remember us. Thank you.
(4,745) days ago, we were ready to leave kindergarten and move on to the first grade. With our small 2-pocket book bags, some had Snoopy, others had Transformers printed on them. We had some worksheets, an 8-pack of crayons, and a pencil or two. Sometimes we carried Cabbage Patch Kids or Care Bears for show and tell inside. But when we moved on to the 3rd grade, our bags were a bit bigger, filled with the same junk and with an added textbook. The book bags and their contents were as carefree as our lives then. Who can forget the 5th grade, when we were the big fish and we started to wear our school bags on one shoulder, since wearing the 2 straps was not cool anymore. Our bags were heavier, but we insisted on looking sophisticated. Life for us was getting more complicated. In middle school and junior high, we longed to have our bags to carry our burden as we became overwhelmed with medical cards, reminders, textbooks, and notes from our friends that were folded in origami-like shapes. There was homework, some of it which we had done in a timely and correct fashion, and some of it which we had neglected until months later, only to be found when we cleaned out our dingy bags at the end of the year. We were still on the one-shoulder rule, yet our bags got even bigger and heavier, even as our mental burdens loomed. Once we reached the high school, there were bags that looked as if they were ready for a major hiking trip, full of books and binders stuffed with papers, and reminders to school events. Our backs were straining, but every day we filled and carried our book bags. We had projects and critical papers go in and out of those bags, as well as our seldom-washed gym uniforms. Our thick biology books and calculators replaced our worksheet tear-outs and crayons. We had to carry our bags with both shoulders, and no longer could they be used as swinging weapons. We still slammed our bags down after a bad day, but the instruments inside would always stay safe. Some days, our zippers would break, and we thought our bags were giving up on us, representing a temporary setback. But eventually, we would fix them or get another bag. Throughout our school years together, we have filled our bags with memories that will last a lifetime. Some of the information we put in our bags over all those years is lost and possibly unimportant. In the same way that Snoopy's and the Transformers are lost to us. But most of the contents of our bags will be remembered well. We will remember the records our class has set in academics, activities, and athletics. We will remember those faculty members who made a difference in our lives. We will remember the huge amount of work in our classes, and we will remember the friendships we have made in the classrooms. We will remember the love and support given by our parents. Our book bags are full. Now, we must determine what is the most important information which we have collected through the years as we ready ourselves to embark on the next journey. We have succeeded in many events and had fun along the way. After tonight, I hope that you open your bag one last time to take an inventory, to allow yourself to reflect upon the essentials needed for the future. I hope that your bag is filled with the best for us, the class of 1998.
Over 400 years ago, the Spanish conquistadors came to this continent and braved violent weather, wild terrain, and fierce warfare, all in pursuit of a single-minded quest. They dreamed of finding the legendary fountain that would preserve their youth forever, with all its enthusiasm and potential. In this day of modern science, we may scoff at their beliefs as impossible, yet the increased knowledge we have gained suggests that water, simple H2O, is an indispensable source of life, not only physically, but symbolically. As a chemical compound, water is composed of hydrogen and oxygen molecules. Many of us have learned in science class to distinguish between these two gases using the glowing splint test. We have seen that a sample of hydrogen causes the splint to flare up suddenly and explode, while a test tube of oxygen coaxes the glow into a small but steady flame. Life is about to administer a similar test to us as we bring our glowing aspirations beyond high school. It will be a test for truth and love in each of us. To live well, we need both these qualities. The spark of inspiration that is lighted by the dreams we love will burn out quickly if we do not add the fuel of perseverance and dedication to our values. But fuel without a spark remains dark and cold. As we move on to the next phase of our lives, I challenge us to combine enthusiasm and passion for whatever we do with a sense of day-to-day responsibility to stick with it. I challenge us to combine caring and sensitivity for the people we encounter with a firm decision to keep our promises and be honest. Just as the two gases that form water dissipate easily when they exist separately, a life of passion without commitment or a life of commitment without passion cannot fully satisfy. But when the two are combined, as hydrogen and oxygen in the bond that forms water, they are each transformed beyond their original potential into a tangible substance that nourishes and renews. 2,000 years ago, in a desert land, a weary traveler met a disillusioned woman at a well and offered her living water to replace the hope she had lost. His name was Jesus, and the forgiveness and new beginning he has offered has equipped me to face the storms, mountains, and battles of my life with the truth he taught and the love he exemplified. As I look out at this vast sea of possibilities, I pray that all of you will drink of the living water and find eternal youth.
Hi. Ever since I was a really young toddler, for as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to fly. I'd sit and watch white clouds roll on by for hours, wanting to spread my arms out and reach that golden sun. And the fantastic thing about being a kid is that you really do believe in what grown-ups call the impossible. I, that wide-eyed, believing child, took heart and innocent comfort that someday, with just a matter of time, somehow, some way, I really was going to sprout those wings and take flight. My dear grandma, bless her, encouraged me in this dream. I see now maybe she had other intentions, but she encouraged me nonetheless. You see, I was a fussy eater, and I never sat still long enough to be fed. Lunch was an all-day project, Mom fondly recalls. To convince me to eat, my sly grandmother told me that if I ate enough chicken wings, I too would be able to fly, like that Superman fellow that I love so much. I ate the chicken wings religiously. The last time that I saw her, she reminded me of the times when I ran around in my pinned-on cape. I asked her, as always, "Grandma, I've eaten so many wings. When will I fly?" She said, "Patience, love. Just you wait. You will fly soon." My grandma died last year. Parents always talk about their children. How many times have you heard the phrase, leaving the nest? One of my friend's parents asked me out of the blue, "So, Wayne, now that you're a senior, are you ready to fly? Now that you have your wings?" And I said, yes, looking her right in the eye, "Yes, I am." "Grandma, here I am. You were right. I am going to fly." We all are. We are graduating. We have memories to last a lifetime. Nowhere else again can we refer to Thursday schedules on a Monday or Friday and not get odd looks. Nor can we forget the painful biology pop quiz about that tiny cell part with the impossible to remember name that we all secretly doubted we even had inside of us. As sophomores, we heard about how the chlorinated pool, despite the valiant efforts of a whole class of eagerly water-bloated boys, could still be sanitary enough for us all to swim in. And how we'll miss the critical paper, which always managed to be due on the exact same day everything else in our lives was. And who can forget our infamous unopenable windows, sealed to protect against heaven knows what? I remember, as a sophomore, a senior warning me not to get too close to the windows because if one ever broke, I'd be sucked out faster than I could scream for help. Do not let your diploma be your final trophy. Let it be your ticket at the horizons of 1,000 yellow suns. Life has just begun. Don't waste a single moment you've been given. Everything is a gift. Sing out loud. Dance, even if you have nowhere else to do it but your kitchen. Life is a silent instrument awaiting your touch. If you leave it to sit, it will sit. Don't. If you really try and draw beauty out of it, it will answer. I learned in economics, with every expenditure there is receipt. It applies to life as well. And friends. You will meet many friends in your lifetime, but you must recognize the precious few that you must hold on to. Work hard to bridge the distance gap. I've heard that the older that you get, the more you need people who knew you when you were young. Not a single one of us made it here today alone. You can't live life alone. Someone held you, cradled you, nurtured, and stood proudly as you grew up. Be that your mom or your dad or your sister, brother, relative, or God, or whoever you hold dear to you, remember and cherish those you drew strength and energy from during your adventures. I love you, Mom and Dad and Bonnie. The combined power of determination, hard work, and soul is not a force to be underestimated. Don't try. Don't accept blindly. Don't listen to people that tell you can't do it. Question everything. Open your eyes and heart to the world and its many, many wondrous things. In your journey to discover and know thyself, leap chasms and never close doors without peeking. If no one ventured out because of frightening thunderclaps, would anyone ever know the full ecstasy of 1,000 raindrops? Never lose that wide-eyed childhood belief in the impossible. Be young, be forever young at heart. My fellow classmates, I give you right here the first moment of the rest of your life. Go out and grab a fistful of white clouds. Go and fly.
In keeping with the student-centered nature of our graduation, our class officers will come forward to begin reading the names in the class of 1998. Class officer.
Joseph Ryan Ackler.
Gail Denise Libby.
Lauren Michelle Adam.
Charles Russell Liebel.
Byung Yoon Michael An.
Easter Grace Legal.
Sonia Soyoung An.
Ju Yoon Lim.
Sammy George Akawi.
Marlo Renee Lynch.
Laura Lee Alberston.
Amber Makia Lipscomb.
Rebecca Ann Alford.
Donald Anthony Little.
Mahmoud Ali.
Andrew Herbert Littlefield.
Deanna J. Watt Akaludi.
Melissa Chang Liu.
Jason Francis Allen.
Helen Agnes Lewinsky.
Lauren Hoagland Allen.
Michael Gerard Ludnowski.
Michelle Francis Allen.
Julie Sihja Lowe.
Thomas Philip Allen.
Emily Elizabeth Lokay.
Sarah Pack Allender.
Kathleen Marie Love.
Melissa Dawn Aldridge.
Victoria Marie Lowry.
Jennifer Amato.
Melissa Ann Lubis.
Deepan G. Amin.
Nunzia Anna Luberto.
Lena Hershot Amin.
Tucker Edward Luke.
Manisha Arvin Amin.
Hui Cam Long.
Wee Jin An.
Elise Hillary Lupin.
Anamika Anand.
Lin Chi Liu.
Jason Paul Anders.
Brian Rupert Lux.
Karen Lisa Anderson.
Huang Kim Lee.
Mark Amir Anderson II.
Sarah Lorraine Mack.
Atia Rose Andrews.
Lee Emmett McCumber.
Joseph Anthony and Sweeney.
Paul Michael Mahoney.
Darren Antonowski.
Michael David Mays.
Matthew Norman Antunes.
Michael Edward Main.
Stephen Thomas Archer.
Rebecca Lynn Mayer.
Eric Thomas Arnold.
Clive Zinster James Mackinson Sanders.
Karori Ansono.
Laura Beth Malik.
Sahil Estana.
Lori Ann Malazi.
Michael Joseph Atley.
Karen Barbara Mamp.
Sahib Amin Bosch.
Daniel James Morano.
William Francis Baldwin.
Michelle Ann Morella.
Allison Marie Ball.
Bridget Maureen C. Marinari.
Bahia Jean Bancroft.
Joseph Allen Martinez.
Randall M. Babst.
Heather Nicole Mascaro.
Myra Raquel Barahona.
Trisha Jean Mattis.
Michael Thomas Barada.
Shannon Elizabeth Mattis.
Todd Lewis Barkus.
Thomas Michael Mall.
Cecilia Regina Barry.
Linan Helene Mayer.
Daniel Anthony Barsh.
Melissa Ann Maylott.
Michelle Ann Batliner.
Paul Matthew Mazurek.
Donna Marie Batavio.
Melissa Jill Mazzoli.
Catherine Victoria Batista.
Jessica Lynn McAleese.
Jenna Elizabeth Baum.
Sean Robert McCabe.
Kimberly Dina Baxter.
Katie Teresa McCall.
Ross Stephen Baxter.
Anthony Wayne McCann.
Bobby Lee Bell.
Andrew Michael McCarthy.
Joy Elizabeth Benham.
Ryan Thomas McCarthy.
Todd Jason Benner.
Kieran Francis McCrory.
Brant Davis Bennett.
Clifford William McDowell.
Timothy Justin Bennett.
Nicole Ann McFarland.
Kimberly Joe Bennis.
Anne Marie McIlloway.
Colin Michael Berg.
Elise Jeanette McKinley.
Richard Howard Burgeon.
Ryan Michael McGrath.
Christopher Michael Berner.
Paul Richard McHugh.
Deepan Vishnu Bagat.
Michael Robert McKenna.
Digishabin G. Bagat.
James Patrick McKeon Jr.
Deepesh Barakumar Bott.
Sean Francis McKinney.
Pamela Irene Belowski.
Heather Michelle McKnight.
Nicholas James Bellotti.
Jennifer Ann McMaster.
Jennifer Marie Biondo.
Brendan Patrick McNally.
Daniel Thomas Bishop.
Michael George McPeak.
Erica Michelle Bissett.
Darlena Michelle McRae.
Melissa Christine Blackwell.
Gregory Paul Meckes.
Erin Ann Blake.
Molly Elizabeth Meehan.
Amy Jean Blanchett.
Gabriel Allen Meister.
Brian Kevin Blocklinger.
Michael Dennis Mellish.
Robert George Blue Jr.
Michael Regis Menke.
Jeffrey Aaron Bloom.
Leslie Ann Merzig.
Susan Elizabeth Bortz.
Michelle Elise Messerschmidt.
David John Bodziak.
Peter Francis Myers.
Stephen Daniel Bonner.
Jessica Michelle Mitchie.
Stephanie Nicole Bulliard.
Timothy Boyer Mickler.
Scott Philip Bonney.
Marie Antoinette Middleton.
Jeananne Alexandria Boner.
Diana Emerance Mignona.
Tiffany Lynn Battiari.
Maria Rose Miles.
Emile Laurent Bourgeois.
Stephen Thomas Miles.
Lindsay Melissa Bowie.
Amanda Faye Miller.
Jennifer Claire Bowser.
Amanda Maud Miller.
Melissa Kathleen Bowser.
David William Miller.
Christopher Wantarana Brancato.
Alicia Ann Miller.
Erica Michelle Brandt.
Jennifer Elizabeth Miller.
Kristen Kathleen Bray.
Kathleen Elizabeth Miller.
Latoya M. Brisbane.
Kim Marie Miller.
Benjamin Allen Bristow.
Lauren Rose Miller.
Janelle Arlene Brogley.
Michelle Ann Miller.
Melissa Leanne Brumel.
Jonathan Jovic Mills.
Julianne Eileen Rostowitz.
Louis Mims Jr.
Crystal Renee Broughton.
Angela Marie Minucci.
J. Matthew Brown.
Matthew Thomas Mizialko.
Vanessa Ellen Brown.
Kelly Ann Makaitis.
Julie Marie Brocksterman.
Daniel Paul Moeller.
John William Brooker III.
Andrea Nicole Montalto.
Mary Margaret Bryant.
Jonathan Tyler Moody.
Andrea Joanne Bullock.
Joseph Moon.
Angela Suzanne Bunch.
Amy Nicole Moore.
Laurie Lynn Burke.
Patrick Alexander Mose.
Rachel Elizabeth Burke.
Robert Joseph Marasco.
Anitra Shawnice Burrows.
Melissa Ann Morris.
Angelo Thomas Burano.
Toy Jaquetta Mosby.
Jeffrey Allen Busby.
Alyssa Beth Moser.
Kevin Scott Bushman.
Brent Everin Mudry.
Joseph John Butler.
Michelle Ann Mullen.
Jennifer Lynn Butrica.
Bridget Veronica Murphy.
Anthony Thomas Cabet.
Justin Shane Murray.
Ronald Joseph Clarko.
Ramona Elizabeth Murray.
Heather Rose Calder.
Kyle Benton Musica.
Julie Patricia Caliano.
Travis William Musselman.
John Preston Campbell.
Philip Thomas Myers.
Nia Nichelle Lewis Campbell.
Melissa Noel Nannon.
Christopher James Canali.
Joel Anthony Nelson.
Carrie Beth Capps.
Stephen James Nelson.
Corey Weston Carfagno.
Orion Jacob Nestle.
Margreta Elise Carlton.
Than Kim Nguyen.
Quincy Ann Carpenter.
Katie Lynn O'Brien.
Colleen Marie Carr.
Kathleen Marie O'Driscoll.
Abigail Coranza Fernandez.
Melissa Lynn O'Hara.
Renee Marie Caserta.
Julie Rose Oliver.
Sean Thomas Casey.
Nina Jacqueline Oskowitz.
Jason Robert Castle.
Jennifer Kim Auten.
Mark Daniel Casella.
Kalisha Danielle Owens.
Shane Michael Sereno.
Alexis Catherine Pace.
Tracy Nicole Servey.
Anthony Vincent Pace.
Jennifer S. Cha.
Julianne Palermo.
Ha Kyung Che.
Sangita Pellet.
Sun Jung Che.
Julie Eileen Palmieri.
Elliot Michael Chavez.
Tara Michelle Pample.
Hawan June Choi.
Cynthia Ann Pandolfo.
Jin Young Choi.
Jason Vincent Payne.
Sun Choi.
Pritesh Vijay Parikh.
Andrew Yoon Hayong Cho.
Ye Jin Park.
George P. Christakos Jr.
Caroline Ada Parkane.
Michelle Emma Christie.
John Lawrence Parks.
Sean Pat Cicerone.
Aksa
Cicerone.
K. Patel.
Adam Stitus Clark.
Amar Karit Kumar Patel.
Brandon Allen Clark.
Dina Kamlesh Patel.
Scott Bradley Clark.
Hiran S. Patel.
Lindsay Ann Clark.
Jamika S. Patel.
Susan Kimberly Clark.
Jugal Swaroop S. Patel.
Ronald Back Clayton Jr.
Kameen G. Patel.
Brian Stephen Clayton.
Kavita A. Patel.
Megan Stephanie Cluxton.
Mahesh J. Patel.
Michael Norman Cluxton.
Manisha N. Patel.
Sharad Coxum.
Mansi B. Patel.
Dawn Allison Coe.
Nirmal V. Patel.
Robert Andrew Coffey.
Roshni K. Patel.
Peter Allen Colvin.
Rupal N. Patel.
Kim Suzanne Condello.
Sachin R. Patel.
Ann Nalin Constance.
Tammy N. Patel.
Amy Louise Conver.
Catherine Joyce Paul.
Kristen Lee Conville.
Tammy Michelle Poland.
Daniel Jeremy Cook.
Stephanie Jean Pendel.
Siobhan Marie Cooney.
Andrea Marie Peruso.
Rory James Corrigan.
Arthur Walter Peterson III.
Christopher Michael Cosby.
Jamie Ann Petro.
Patrick Joseph Cosby.
T. Min Pham.
Heather Nicole Costanzo.
Douglas Joseph Philibom.
John Ryan Costanzo.
Thomas Richard Parentozzi.
Carolyn Ann Coulter.
Michael Ryan Pilquest.
Melissa Christine Corsi.
Shauna Corinne Pincus.
Matthew Thomas Cousino.
Pedro C. Pinto.
James Harold Kramer.
Stephen Kennedy Pitts.
Joseph Francis Craven.
Teresa Pizzo.
Gina Deanne Christofoli.
Jason Michael Plowa.
Jennifer Marie Crocco.
Timothy Scott Plymette.
Carolyn Louise Kroll.
Joshua Duncan Polari.
Jennifer Ann Cross.
Susan Caitlin Poole.
Philip Kraus IV.
Melissa Margaret Preston.
Stephanie Lee Curtis.
Adrian Nicole Priest.
Tracy Marie Cushman.
Edward Samuel Pritchard.
Christopher Matthew Syka.
Adam Ryan Quaid.
Rumsey Jamil Dagger.
Erin Elizabeth Quinn.
Sean Patrick Daly.
Corel Ann Quinn.
Andre Samir Davis.
Melissa Ann Quinn.
Bethany Ann Davis.
Joshua Leacock Raji.
Jenny Lynn Day.
Lee Andrew Rappaport.
Sarah Gwen Deerdorf.
Kevin William Raucut Jr.
Matthew Peter DeSabrino.
Jason Eric Rodenbush.
Brianne Robin DeMay.
Jeffrey Robert Ravazio.
Kristen Lee Durstein.
David George Ravnikar.
Jilpa Depak Desai.
Heather Dawn Reed.
Rishi Girish Desai.
Jeffrey Robert Reed.
Umang Desai.
Jeffrey Robert Regan.
Christina Marie Dewhurst.
Bethany Lynn Rife.
Rosa Marie DeBetta.
Rodney Allen Reef.
Nicholas Edward DeBlazy.
Michael James Riley.
Robert Anthony DiDemizio the third.
Nathaniel Patrick Reimer.
Louis John DiDonato.
Daryl Arnold Wrights.
Erica Lynn Dillon.
Andrew Thomas Reynolds.
Jennifer Sue Dilworth.
Stephen Craig Reynolds.
Adriana Marie DiMartino.
Catherine Mary Rhodes.
Angela Lynn Diminick.
Mark Allen Richmond.
Kong S. Din.
Jennifer Lauren Regal.
Ryan Christopher Diodato.
Robert John Rifford Jr.
Gregory Robert Dion.
Dawn Yvonne Rittenhouse.
Christopher R. DePietro.
Heather Ann Rittenhouse.
Craig Theodore Ditter.
Laura Elizabeth Rittenhouse.
Lauren Elizabeth Donovan.
Louis Michael Robbs.
David Franklin Deuce.
Cheryl Lynn Roberge.
Justin Shane Douglas.
Leah Roberts.
Jamie Nicolasa Downing.
T. Ryan Roberts.
Margaret Christine Drescher.
Inga Kirsten Rosner.
Josephine Drew.
Melissa Rowland.
Susan Ducilli.
Shiloh Danielle Rooker.
Victor Wayne Dudley Jr.
David Andrew Roth.
Maureen Ellen Dudley.
David James Rowland.
Mark Philip Dunphy.
Derek Anthony Ruby.
Anna Agnes Jacofaz.
Tiffany Elaine Rush.
Andrew John Dzezik.
Jason Matthew Ryan.
Lauren Nicole Eccles.
Melissa Lynn Saita.
Dawn Marie Edwards.
Alexandru Samoila.
Derek Ross Edwards.
Sarah Victoria Sando.
Tulu Ifwape.
Dawn Marie Sana.
Matthew Harris Elias.
Christine Ann Santangelo.
Jeffrey Andrew Elliott.
Ian Michael Santiago.
Christina Lynn Emerly.
Gina A. Santoro.
Jamie Lynn Emery.
Rishi Sanyal.
Joshua Kendall Entz.
Claudia Lorena Saria.
Noa Amaka Denise Inanya.
M. Eric Saylor.
Matthew Ernest Eastat.
Suzanne Ida Scarola.
Nicole Kathleen Evanick.
Peter Newman Shaw.
Dean Burdette Evans.
Lori Christine Sheets.
Matthew Byron Evans.
Charisse Renee Schifferl.
Michael Roy Evans.
Catherine Elizabeth Schiffkins.
Allison Lynn Boucher.
Karina Lee Schmitz.
Joan Sundstrom Faulkner.
Harold Franklin Schoen III.
Michael Anthony Fair.
Sarah Elizabeth Schuler.
Sean Feather.
Stephen Robert Schwartz.
Marie Catherine Fierick.
Gretchen Mary Schwegler.
Audrey Elizabeth Finnemore.
Lindsay Ann Schwerner.
Gino Anthony Ferretti.
Jason Timothy Scott.
Melissa Ann Fickman.
Nicole Ann Sealer.
Ian Groff Bickert.
Adrian Roshan Salal.
Adam Colmer Fisher.
Andrew Lon Seitz.
Kristen Lee Fisher.
Ellen Claire Seitz.
Stephen Alexander E. Fisher.
James Philip Selb.
Kristen Flagg.
Tammy Lynn Senovitis.
Kristen Elizabeth Fleming.
Timothy Russell Sinigo.
Mark Allen Fluck.
William Michael Sirota.
Catherine Serena Folger.
Mark Ryan Cerrone.
Nicholas Abraham Force.
Barbara Ann Schaefer.
Lauren Michelle Fournier.
Ashish Mahindra Shah.
Gregory Thomas Fox Jr.
Kelly Marie Sharp.
Daniel Michael Fredericks.
Charisse Rosia Nicole Shedrick.
Christina K. Fretz.
Jared Alexander Sheehan.
Megan Louise Friedman.
Benjamin Irwin Shelley.
Jonathan William Fries.
Anna Maria Sherlock.
Matthew Ryan Fritz.
Kevin Robert Schmelik.
William Henry Fry.
Wadi Hani Shahebar.
Giuseppe Joseph Fusca.
Jennifer Nicole Siegel.
Stacy Lynn Galante.
Catherine Marie Simplot.
Sandra Michelle Gone.
Sarah Ann Simplot.
Jason Christopher Geddes.
Whitney Carlisle Simpson.
Shevik I. Geddick.
Rachel Leslie Sitkin.
Paul Michael Gensert.
Thomas Albert Sittler.
Charlotte Louise Gerard.
Mary Beth Slocum.
Thomas Joseph Gashio.
David Smicker.
Nathan Giersch.
Tara Beth Smiley.
Stephanie Giolotti.
Amanda Michelle Smith.
Douglas Thomas Giles.
Jennifer Ann Smith.
Martha Jean Gillespie.
Karen Elizabeth Smith.
Andrew David Godshaw.
Kenrick David Smith.
Bavish Goel.
Jason William Sneed.
Jacqueline Marie Golden.
Joseph Allen Snell.
Audrey Lynn Goodyear.
Joanna Sue Sin Sung.
Catherine Amanda Goodyear.
Joseph Allen Snyder.
Ryan Robert Gordon.
Michael James Soley.
Sandra Michelle Gorman.
Eric David Sorensen.
Nicole Marie Gottlieb.
Michael Dennis Splain Jr.
William Walter Gritchen.
Ryan Francis Stagliano.
Robert William Griffin.
Kate Elizabeth Staples.
Novi Alma Gerwicki.
Christopher Robert Steele.
Robert Harry Grunmeyer III.
Aubrey Marie Stever.
Deepti Gudapati.
Richard James Stoiches.
Hugh Quang Ha.
Justin Wilbur Stolte.
Kristen Marie Hafler.
Robert James Storty.
Robert Troxel Hain.
Michael Raymond Strelzik.
Rachel Joy Haynes.
Randall Brent Stryak.
Andrew Richard Hale.
Jeremy Giles Sturcio.
Emily Rebecca Hall.
Nathan Scott Sutton.
Megan Elizabeth Haney. He's not on it.
Jacqueline Marie Swain.
William Robert Hannings.
Anthony Joseph Tacanelli.
Nyla Afrin Hawk.
Amanda Michelle Tadley.
Andrew William Harker.
Ann Fayez Tanus.
Christine Michelle Harple.
Daniel Charles Tantino Jr.
He's missing. Brett Christopher Harrington.
Sterling Hall.
Sterling Hall.
Benjamin Joseph Tarnowski.
Kelly April Harris.
Pamela Ann Tarter.
Christina Nicole Hart.
Adam Thomas Taylor.
Dolly Marie Hotz.
Janet Elizabeth Taylor.
Christina Marie Hazard.
Julie Marie Taylor.
Joshua Andrew Hebner.
Ashley Joy Tecklin.
Jason Richard Hefner.
Philip Xavier Talon.
Jason Pierce Hemmons.
Toy Zoe Tai.
Michael David Henricks.
Matthew David Thurer.
Kristen Lynn Herbert.
Jessica Lynn Thomas.
John David Herculini.
Sam Varghese Thomas.
Brenda Jean Hickok.
Vania Lacurne Thomas.
Leslie Denise Higgins.
Nova Jane Tendell.
Miranda Lynn Heilman.
Jennifer Megan Toper.
Philip Andrew Hill.
Michael Gregory Tornetta.
Christopher Leon Hoke.
Jacqueline Ann Trahey.
Megan Elizabeth Herr.
Chad Hagan Tressler.
Tamara Lynn Hoffman.
Indran True.
Matthew Thomas Hollenbeck.
Boris Andre Trelop.
Andrew William Holstein.
Thang Quoc Trin.
Elizabeth Carol Holstein.
Jody Lynn Trumbore.
Carl Ernest Holstein.
Quang Vinh Trong.
Stephanie Ann Holstein.
Megan G. Tucker.
Michelle Therese Holmes.
Jessica Lynn Turk.
Dana Lee Honeywell.
Casey Joelle Tybring.
John Kevin Hooton.
Pinelli Helen Uni.
Megan Allison Hopper.
Tara Ray Underwood.
Suzanne Danielle Horst.
Jessica Laura Urbani.
Michael Scott Hauser.
Matthew Thomas Ushler.
Frederick Alexander Huber.
Mita Danaji Vadadoria.
Megan Eileen Hopsch.
Jennifer Michelle Vagey.
Kimberly Ann Hughes.
Eleanor Elizabeth Veda.
Daniel Yan Huey.
Justin James Valentine.
Jang Hun Her.
Andrew Peter Valalay.
Jennifer Marie Ianelli.
Jose Amilcar Venegas.
Sharon Kristen Iglesias.
Gregory Burrows Van Gilder.
Benjamin Tyler Ingram.
Sean Daniel Vaughn.
Denise Ann Ingram.
Michael Peter Venieri.
Christopher Michael Inarante.
Adriana Lee Vermillion.
Carlos Nicholas Izarita.
Melanie Ann Vermillion.
Kirk Seville Jackson.
Brianne Elizabeth Vickus.
John Richardson Yeager.
Nathan Gregory Vielhauer.
Anne Marie Heston Jameson.
Cheryl Lynn Vogel.
John Michael Jameson.
Michael George Wojciak.
Armand Jason Jenkins.
Jennifer Lynn Volksdorf.
Michael Edward Jenkins.
Catherine Rose Volman.
Lindsay Elaine Jernigan.
Michael Vincent Volpe.
Young Sun Ji.
Manish Pankaj Vora.
Mark Edward Johns.
Ramneet Wadera.
Christopher Michael Johnson.
Alexander Lou Wagenfeld.
Nicole Catherine Johnson.
Nicole Jean Waltzberger.
Christy Lee Jones.
Justin Peter Walters.
Daniel Hoffman Jones Dean.
John Joseph Walton III.
Leah Jean Jordan.
Kimberly Ann Wampel.
Katrina Marie Joseph.
Christy Lynn Ward.
David Leo Jost.
Sophia Amira Ward.
Jaron Jerickson Rhodes.
William Benjamin Warner.
Jabi Omar Kaba.
Colleen Grace Wasson.
Michelle Elizabeth Kane.
Nelson Robert Wax.
Manjula Carey.
Robert Joshua Weber.
Jennifer Lynn Carley.
Andrea Marie Guido.
Ross Howard Casper.
Jennifer Christine Wheel.
Kurt Lockard Kaufman.
Jeffrey Benjamin Whites.
Christopher Charles Keller.
Robert Asher Weiser.
Jonathan Charles Kemp.
Shanika Weldon.
Nathan Michael Kennedy.
Christina Marie Wells.
Arthur Arum Kassian.
Michael Arthur Wells.
Justin Richard Kearns.
Kristen Elizabeth Welsh.
Nicole Michelle Kaiser.
Eric Francis Wirt.
Ann Kim.
Amanda Lee Wetzel.
Jeannie Kim.
Kyle Murphy Whalen.
Ju Hae Kim.
Jason Robert White.
Myung Han Kim.
Lisa Diane White.
Tae Kyu Kim.
Monica Audrey Butler White.
Daniel James Kinsey.
Jeremy Ryan Whitebread.
Justin Levitt Kitts.
Adrian Michelle Whitelaw.
Jonathan Michael Kivlin.
Caroline Wicks.
Joseph Patrick Kivlin.
James Brian Wilkie.
Kelly Ann Klinger.
Raymond Bernard Williams.
Nicole Grace Coder.
Marissa Antonia Williams.
Joshua Andrew Kohler.
Christine Lauren Willits.
Brandon Richard Koffel.
Kristen Elizabeth Wilson.
Andre Kopitko.
Jamie Lynn Willis.
Marion Catala.
Stacy Joy Wender.
Candace Marie Kovaleski.
Karen Denise Wynn.
Kevin Matthew Kramer.
Brian John Winterhalter.
Justine Marie Krasnitsky.
Yashonda Renee Wisher.
Allison Lynn Kriebel.
Brandon Matthew Wisniewski.
Peter Francis Christopa.
Michael Richard Wojcik.
Andrew Guy Kunkel.
Nathan Edward Wolf.
Daniel Matthew Kurkowski.
Kevin Brian Woodson II.
Camille Jan Lakier.
Christy Lee Worthington.
Stephanie Yabis Lawless.
Melissa Robleski.
Sherry Allison Lamphere.
Kyle James Wyatt.
Alberto Luis Landron.
Hay Suk Carol Yang.
Amy Joanna Langton.
Anthony Tad Jun Yin.
Katie Marie Laps.
Jed Charles Yoakum.
Wayne Bond Lau.
Rebecca Aaron Humans.
George Clayton Lauman.
Jimmy K. Yun.
Kelly Marie Laumer.
Matthew Richard Ziegler.
Gary Lee Leatherman II.
Jonathan Russell Ziegler.
Christopher John Lee.
Michelle Elizabeth Zolkowski.
Cindy Sime Lee.
Marta Zwierzinski.
Mark Dung Lee.
Edward James Zick.
Nathaniel David Lee. Tae Hun Lee. Reese Thomas Legg. Timothy Joseph Legower. Nicole Leone. Maureen Elizabeth Levin. Kenneth Ray Levine.
And our class officers, Amanda Joy Ardente, Treasurer. Jasmine L. Budd, Secretary. Christopher Lewis Beals, Vice President. Monica Yvonne Choi, President. The following students are graduating In absentia tonight, Angela Marie DiPaolo, Aaron Matthew Delp, Michael Ryan Fretz, Michael Jerome Gilbert, Rafiq Dara Hall, Sterling Dustin Hall, Crystal Corinne Hughes, Eric Brett Kaufman, William Mark Lombardo, Pim Suri Manawalpat, Gregory Michael Morris, Patrick Michael O'Malley, David N. Rosillo, Michael O'Brien Scarf, Bjorn Rune Selgren. We have graduated tonight a total of 812 graduates in the class of 1998. Dr. Edward Bose.
I feel privileged to address the members of the class of 98, and I want to share just a few remarks. I promise to be brief. I want to remind you, seniors, of your roots and your wings. I've been pleased to hear both Monica and Wayne talk about some of the similar topics, and yet we had no coordination as far as remarks are concerned. They gave you roots and they gave you wings. To point to your life, to this point in your life, you've been growing roots. Roots are the foundation of your life. Roots are also your launch pad. Who gave you the roots? Who nurtured, cultivated, and developed these roots? Obviously, it was your parents, your home, your family, your teachers, your friends, and your advisors. Your community, your country, your culture, your heritage, and your God. Your roots are deep. The deeper, the better. They gave you roots so they could give you wings. Some believe this commencement is the end of the roots period in your lifetime. What is commencement? The beginning or the end? I believe it's the end of the beginning. Your wings will take you to adulthood, to independence, to separation, to greater challenges, big decisions, and the remainder of your life. Your wings will take you wherever you want to go. Your wings are your energy, your motivation, your aspirations, your values, and your talent. Wings bring much responsibility, great decisions, big opportunities, and wonderful adventures. Wings will take you to the remainder of your life. You had to have roots before you could have wings. Don't discard your roots. Always cherish, appreciate, and respect from where you've come and the people that brought you this far. You surely want to soar with eagles. You don't want to soar with turkeys. Now, it is my pleasure to confer upon the members of the class of 1998 who have met the requirements of the Board of School Directors in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and have earned a diploma from North Penn High School. Congratulations. God bless you.
Would you all please stand? As Vice President of the class of 1998, I'd like you to all turn your tassels from the left to the right. You have now graduated.